In this video, I'll be showing you how you can conditionally format an entire row inside Excel depending upon a specific condition. So without any further ado, let's jump into the topic. Hello and welcome back to the Binary IQ. If you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Also, if during the video you find any value out of it, please do not forget to hit that like button. It really helps with the motivation. So let's get going. So here is the Excel file on which we'll be working. Now what I want to do in this case is wherever we have this term description, I want to highlight it with a specific highlight, say something like this. Now I do not want to do it manually. So if I just scroll down, I'll find this description right here. I want to do it the same way. Now, I do not want to do it manually, of course. So I want to just have Excel do it for me. I'll just undo this change. Now, if you have worked with conditional formatting, you might know that if I select this entire column right here, go to conditional formatting, move all the way down to where it says new rule, click on it. And if I were to just format cells based upon their own value, which can be done by using the second option, format only cells that contain. So for example, if I want to format each cell which contains the word description or contains the value of description, I'll select the cell value, go to equal to, and I'll just type in description. I'll go inside formatting and I'll change the formatting to say this blue color. I'll just click on OK and I'll click on OK. If I just scroll down, you can see every instance of description has been highlighted. So if I just keep moving down, you'll be able to see this happening. Now this is all well and good. What if now I wanted to highlight every member of B2 for which the corresponding cell in C consists of the word description? First of all, I'll undo this change. Let's select B now and try to do the same things. For example, if I go inside conditional formatting again, go inside new rule again, if I wanted to check any other cell to determine the formatting of this cell, instead of using the second option right here in the formatting rule, which talks about the cell value, where the cell value is referring to its own cell value, I'll have to use something else. And for that, I'll go right at the bottom to where it says use a formula to determine which cells to format. Now in this case, what I want to do is format B2 or rather format B with respect to C. So what I'll do is just simply put in the formula equal, and I want to format say the C cell. I'll put in C1. Since I am right now at B1, if you can see at the left corner, I'll select for C1 to be equal to the value of description. So I'll just type in description. Now what this is telling me is that I want to format all the cells in B which consist of the cell value in C to be description. Now I have mentioned this C1 right here because currently I'm focused on this B1 cell. If I were focused on some other cell, I would have done it otherwise. Let's go through it and then we'll come back. So I'll just select the highlighting to be this blue, click on OK. And you can see every instance where I had description on the C side, this has now been changed to. Now I'll just undo this change once more, select this case again, and let's just hit on tab one or two times. Now you can see I'm inside this cell B6. So if I were to select this again, just move it away, go inside conditional formatting again, click inside new rule again, and let's go through this use a formula to determine which cells to format. And let's type in the same formula which we were typing earlier. If I were to now type in C1 equal description, everything will be messed up. So you'll find it in a few seconds. If I just click on this, go to format, go to this one, click on OK and click on OK, you can see everything has been moved down a few cells. And in fact, it has been moved down exactly 6 cells. So you can see the first description is corresponding with this first description. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6th. Similarly, this description has moved down 6 units right here. Similarly, if I move down, you would see that this has moved down by 6 units. So I'll just go through the conditional formatting and clear all the rules from the entire sheet again. This is just to point out that while conditionally formatting a cell, you have to be very focused on which cell you are currently at. So for example, if I am currently at B1, I'll have to make a reference to the cell value adjacent to it. So in this case, it will be B2. And for example, if I were not in B1 and if I just hit tab a few times and go inside say B6 now and do the same thing again, click on new rule, click on use formula to determine. This time, instead of using the reference to C1, I'll be using the reference to C6. And I'll be doing the same thing again. And if now I were to go to format, click on this blue color and click on OK and click on OK, you can see everything works out perfectly. Well, all good so far. But how do I make this entire row blue? Now, the idea is very much simple. What I need to do is do the same thing what I have done right here for all the other cells. For example, if I were to go inside A again, just remember I'm in A1 right now. Go to conditional formatting, click on new rule, go inside use formula to determine. Again, use C1 equal description and go to this format, click on this format again, click on OK, click on OK. So you can see it is working, but I do not want to do it manually so many times. In essence, what we are doing, if I were to just select any of these cells right here, go to formatting and manage rules, you can see I am highlighting this C1. In fact, if I were to just select everything right now and go to conditional formatting and manage rules, you can see we are referring to this cell called C1, to this cell called C1. Now, in this case, it was C1 just because of the fact, again, that we were in B1 or A1 for that matter. What if I wanted to do the same process but for all the rows? The easiest way to think about it is in terms of in general formatting. So we are trying to lock in the reference to this column but not to the row level. What I mean by that is when we were inside, say, now let's go inside D again, go inside conditional formatting again, go inside new rule again, use a formula. Inside using this formula, we are all the time referring to this C column. So we are referring to this C column. So what if we could lock it? And we can simply lock it by using a $sign to lock this C. Now, if I do this, we are locking the C. And if I were to refer to C1, we are now not locking 1. That is, if I were to move down to D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, this 1 value will also move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. But now C will not change if I move across. So all in all, what I want to say is I'll just select everything, go to conditional formatting, and I'll just clear the rules from the entire sheet. If I were to just simply select each of this row, go to conditional formatting, go to new rule, and I'll just select use a formula to determine which cells to format. So if I just click on this, look at where I am right now. So right now I'm in A1. I do not want to just put in equal C1 equal description. Let's do it first and let's see what happens. So if I just put in description, click on format, click on this and click on OK and click on OK, you can see I'm only changing the cell value in A because when I'm moving to B, the cell reference moves to D because we have not logged the column C. So I'll just undo this once again. And finally, what I'll do correctly now is go inside new rule again, go inside user formula. So this time I have selected everything. I'm currently in cell A1. But this time, instead of referring to C1, I'll be referring or rather locking the C cell or C column and not locking the row number. So I'll just put in C1 equal and I'll put in the description again. I'll click on format and let's click on blue and click on OK and then click on OK. So just like that, you can see all these cells are getting highlighted, whichever have the C reference as description. So if I just move down, you'll be able to see this cell is also highlighted. If I move down, you can see this cell is also highlighted. Let's quickly do that once again. I'll select everything. This time I want to highlight each cell where the description is blank. So I'll go to the conditional formatting again, go to new rule. In fact, let's highlight everything which contains or which does not contain a unit value. So I'll select everything again. So I'll just select it by dragging it over, going inside conditional format, going inside new rule again, going inside use formula again. Just remember, again, we are in A1. We want to refer D, but we just do not want to refer D, but rather by locking the D so that if I move from A to B, the D does not move to E. So I'll move over to the D cell, select 1 because we are in the first cell right now, select equal to, and since this is a blank cell, I'll just put in 2 quotations with nothing inside it. I'll click on format. Let's select this green color, click on OK, and then click on OK. Just like that, every place where the unit is blank, you can see the cell gets highlighted. So that is how you conditionally format an entire row inside Excel. Just remember to lock that specific cell and also keep in mind which cell you are currently placed at. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps. Thank you for watching, and if you want any more tips and tricks, if you have any confusions about Excel, please hit me up in the comments below and I'll try and make a video on it. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.